It's crazy because I feel like Russ was the OG guy who was like telling the truth to rappers, but they were like, Russ is a dick.
Right.
I feel like your message has been a lot more palatable.
Right.
You've inspired, I'm sure, people you don't even know you've inspired at this point.
Man, shit be crazy.
Like big artists. I'm talking about superstars, I'm sure, because your content has been digested
Bro,
at a high
the
level.
labels use my blueprint. Like, there's not too many offices who don't know who I am and what I'm doing and telling their artists.
And they all
to
hate
go
on
do
you.
the
When I
same.
listen, can I be honest with you?
Right, please.
All of these industry guys, because I bring your name up all the fucking
Right.
time, they are hating on you.
Right.
I'm telling you, they all say the same. Yeah, but he ain't got like a hit. Like, where's the music? And I'm like, what? Like, this happens. I promise you, that a version of that conversation's happened at least 20 times.
What's crazy too is like,
and I'm talking about even people in your city. People in your city.
I have I got tons of songs, and like the difference is the amount of money that you're able to put behind a record. Like, niggas don't understand. Niggas be on label deals and in contracts, and I got 1 million followers and made millions of dollars, and they haven't. But niggas are talking about, oh, you ain't got a hit. Well, you do, and you still don't have what I have. You feel me? Like, that shit don't be making sense and adding up.
It's ego.
It's ego. It's because they can't do it, so they go resort to that. I was talking to someone from a label, and I was telling them, like, we're about to scale to this next level. And he was like, man, I think if you just kind of if you work on the music side, yada yada. And I was just like, do you hear the shit that's blowing up? There's not one artist right now who can make a Do That Little Dance, a Family Business. Some of these songs I've made is like, nigga, do you hear what we talk? There's no rap artist who's doing what the fuck I'm doing, and you niggas talking about some music to me with all the stupid shit we hear blowing up. It's like y'all are insane, and the whole industry is like delusional and faking it. These niggas don't like these songs that's being pushed and that's on the radio and that's getting exposed.
No,
hell, they don't listen to them in
No.
their car. They don't listen to them at home. You feel me? But everybody's rallying behind this shit and acting like we really. It's just weird. And
it's because everyone has a job.
Right. And that's what I've learned.
So
right?
all of the people we're talking about are employed.
Exactly.
And it is in their best interest to keep their employment status.
Their job. Man,
push whatever comes across the conveyor belt.
My autonomy this long, like bro was just saying before he walked out, he like, man, you've been holding out, and it's like I haven't even been holding out. I'm just unimpressed.
That's fair. I mean, I do appreciate the transparency that you've provided to a lot of artists, because you brought up that Rock Nation meeting that you had, and I had a similar meeting with Rock Nation. Didn't get it quite as far as you, but with my artists, and then I've heard 2 or 3 other people say similar shit. And what people don't know, you could just take the name Rock Nation out of it, because I got homies over there. Any label, that's the conversation that's happening.
Yeah,
it is. The terms are always against you. Like,
for the man,
it's very tough. It's very tough to.
I've yet to get a deal from a major that made me feel great. I've yet to get an offer from a major.
How many offers have you gotten? If you had to, throw a number out. North of 15, north of 10 for sure.
I'd say about 10, 7 to 10.
I mean, that's about all of them.
Right.
That's about all of them.
It's man, and they're never impressive. They're never impressive. It's like I don't know, they just don't get it. They lack the ability to understand what's coming and what's next or what's happening. And I'm someone who they got terms in the contract. Like, man, the last contract we got, we was all in the airport and we was reading through it, and I was putting like T and Splash on game. This is what this mean. This is what this mean. And it's a lot of shit in the contract that's like for a developing artist and shit. And it's like, y'all don't even take the time and the due diligence to make a contract based on who you're doing business with.
Yeah, like you guys didn't even, like, this is a standard deal that you're going to offer 10 other people. At the very least, let me read something in here that makes you think, bro, like, oh, they're offering LaRussel a deal.
Bro, I had a deal that wanted to take, I think it was 16 or 18% of my entertainment income. And I was just
and
like,
then what does that mean? Like, how do they even define that?
All
right?
money's from entertainment. So
So your
All
live
money
shows,
is from entertainment.
which is crazy.
But not live show, entertainment. More so, it's like if you end up doing like
show.
award TV. Yeah, right. Anything you make in the entertainment
If you end up
field.
hosting
And
fucking-
it's like, I've been making money in entertainment way before a nigga didn't offer me a deal. So it's like to come and tell someone you want a percent of that is just like unjustifiable for what you intend to provide. Like, I've already broken myself as an artist, and this next year is finna go even crazier. I've been cracking more codes where it's like, oh nigga, it's up.
There's even deals where labels will want a piece of, if you start a clothing line while you're signed.
Yep.
That they can somehow figure out was from the music. They want a piece of it.
Bro,
This happened to a friend of mine who has
revenue.
my boy's got a really big clothing line. I mean, it's huge. He had signed a deal probably 2012, 2013. And there was actually a discussion that he might have to give up some of his clothing line.
Yeah. And I understand some of the terms for an artist that you take from nothing, who like no one knows this nigga, and all of a sudden everyone.
Those people aren't getting deals though.
They're getting three. They are.
Are they?
They just getting three. They're getting it. It's an all-encompassing deal because they're making your brand. But to take a nigga who's coming in, who's already selling out shows and selling tickets and selling stock, and say, "Oh, we want this," it's just like you're fucking insane. So you don't even have an artist on your roster that's at the level that I'm at, but you want those things.
So there are situations in which you could see a 360 deal benefiting an artist.
I think a 360 deal is hyper beneficial if you're a businessman. Like because every artist don't have streaming. But some of us, I did $500,000 on my own shows last year, not counting outside performances. Right. I do $500,000 on merch. So if you're able to leverage those things in exchange for capital outside of the streaming, I don't think that's a bad deal. I think that's a great, if you go partner with anyone and you say, hey, I love your business, I want a percent, I'll put all this money up, that's not a bad thing. That's what every fucking startup company, tech company does. I think it's a bad thing when it's like, when you don't give a nigga the amount of funds to actually build it or the infrastructure and resource to actually build it, and you're just going to take it, it's
different. It's a little more.
It's a little off-putting.
Right.
Or if it's someone who's already established all this shit and you're not giving them the means of capital to excel it, but you want to take it, it's just like, bro, you got to contribute to get out of that shit.
I heard. Did you ever see the Leor Cohen interview? He explained the 360 deal.
Yeah.
So he kind of explained it as, if you and I start a restaurant together and I'm the investor, and you start taking the sauce that's popping and selling it at Walmart, do I get a piece of the sauce? And I understood it from that angle. And like you said, like if you're an artist who doesn't have a cult following, doesn't have a brand, doesn't really have anything going, maybe a little TikTok moment, maybe it is worth it.
It makes so much sense
to dive into the machine, because you'll get on the other side of that deal eventually.
And it'll help you recoup faster. Mm-hmm. It'll help because product sells way faster than music, right? Yeah. So you'll be able to recoup and be out your situation way faster if it aligns. Like I said, if someone's helping you build all those revenues, like if you don't have a merch business going and someone says, "Oh, I'll help you make $1 million in merch," yeah, I think they should have a percent.
If you're
but
doing
to do
zero,
that shit standard. For every nigga that comes in this office, you just offer it to them. It's like some of my issues with some of the deals I got is like, I'll give a proposal and they'll ask what I want and I'll get the contract back and it's a bunch of shit that we didn't even discuss. It's like you don't just throw something in a nigga contract without
it's like a political bill. Someone. Like they be like, yo, they be trying to throw so much shit into these bills that are supposed to be about something else, and you be like really reading, like, wait, what? We're fucking what?